If you don't hear anything else today, hear this. Before we dive in, I want you to know that if you don't feel deserving of self-love, I'm here to tell you that you do deserve self-love. You do deserve to appreciate yourself, to feel like you are enough, because you are. Hi, I'm Bridget Shipman, the host of A Mother's Guide Through Autism. Welcome back. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to empower your autism journey as a mom with self-love. Before you tune me out, I want you to just take a breath and understand really we're going to get a deeper understanding of what I mean by self-love and how to apply it to your autism journey as a mom. It's really important. What I see so many times is that when I start talking about self-love, it creates discomfort. And I'll notice that pretty quickly. And I can remember being very uncomfortable with applying self-love to myself because I was really in a deep, deep despair state of trying to find resources, how I was going to help my son, Joseph. That's really where my focus was. So in my mind, how am I going to take time when already I don't have enough time in my day? I am looking for resources. I'm looking for ways to help my child find the help that they need to improve the quality of their life. I get it. I was there. And yes, you know what? It is really important. It is really important to find resources and to find therapies and ways to help your child, to have those IEP meetings, right? To get them set up in school where they're feeling safe and that they're getting the help that they need. That is, yes, very essential. And I get that because that was my main focus too. I'm not saying don't do those things. I'm just trying to help you create a way to do it with less stress, to create more patience in your day with your child and yourself and your family and all the other relationships that are around you. It's big, right? It's so big. You have so many things you need to get done. And a lot of the time you're spending trying to find ways to do that. You know, all the research that it requires to finally find the help that your child needs. But when there isn't time or we don't make it part of our day to practice self-love, then we start chipping away at our well-being. Then we start chipping away at not only what energy we have left, but also any joy that we have in our daily lives because we're just so exhausted. So I would like to give you a few feeling states. I want to see if you can relate to any of these. Okay. So can you relate to feeling like no one understands what you're going through? Nobody gets me. Nobody understands me. I can try to explain it to their teacher, or family members or friends, but I just really don't feel like they get what I'm going through. Can you relate to feeling completely depleted by the end of the day? You are running on fumes. You have zero energy left. Can you relate to feeling overwhelmed and stressed out most of the time? Are you craving time? Do you feel stuck? I want change, but I don't know how to create change. I don't even know where to begin. I need help, but I don't know how to get help or who to ask for help. And then when I do, I don't know how to navigate all the help that I need, because I need a lot of help. I see other moms socializing, smiling, enjoying their children while I'm trying to navigate and keeping my child from having meltdowns 24/7. Can you relate to that? Can you relate to just wanting more joy, a night's sleep, some peace in your life? My hunch is that if you are an autism mom, you can relate to every single one of these at some point or another. I mean, I know that I have felt all these things. I can relate to all these things on my autism journey. And that's part of it. But what I want to offer you is that I have the life experience of an autism mom and of life tsunamis. And I want to share with you some of the most important lessons that I have learned myself on my own autism journey and how to help you navigate that. If by the end of this podcast, it just gives you a feeling of more hope, if you feel a little more inspired, not as alone as you might be feeling listening to this, then it was well worth your time. And that's what I would like for you to shift to understand that if we'll give ourselves, all of us, including me, more time, even if it's small bites during my day, to practice self-love, then I'm going to feel less stress. I am going to benefit from it. I just am. And so will you. I want to let's shift your daily energy from being, the super stressed out mom to being a little more calm. Let's do that. And if you shift your energy, which we're going to do that today, and then you're going to take this practice with you for this upcoming week, and you're going to notice that you're feeling more calm, kinder, more patient, more approachable. Your child is going to do the same. Your child is going to feel more patient with you, but also with themselves. They're going to start feeling better about themselves because you shifted your energy. And it really sounds big and hard when you've got all these other things that you've got to get done. But if you can just take a breath, take a moment, spend these next few minutes with me, shifting your energy from all those feelings that you related to that I just listed to feeling better and calmer, then the self-love journey that you're going to step on with, you're going to start your self-love journey, and it's going to grow. and so is calmness, peacefulness, joy, and happiness. All right, let's start with one important thing. If you don't hear anything else today, hear this. Before we dive in, I want you to know that if you don't feel deserving of self-love, I'm here to tell you that you do deserve self-love. You do deserve to appreciate yourself, to feel like you are enough, because you are. And moving towards this self-love journey and beginning with these small practices each day is all about you really believing that you deserve it. Maybe you have never, ever been told you deserve self-love, that you can push guilt and self-judgment away and really, truly step into loving yourself and feeling like you are enough. If no one's told you that, then I'm telling you that. You do deserve it. I deserve it, and you deserve it. Key word, deserve. If you're driving, you may just keep listening, taking this all in, and then you can go back and listen to this episode again. If you're in a safe space, grab your journal, and I want you to start just noting what's coming up for you as I talk and go deeper into self-love as a practice. So for today, I want to ask you to open yourself to exploring what self-love is. I mean, really get, what do I mean when I use self-love as a tool to empower your autism journey? What do I mean by that? So open yourself up to really, truly understanding what that is, what that looks like. Take one small step towards becoming more aware of self-love and how you treat yourself in your life. And also being open to taking a small step in growing your self-love, because self-love is meant to grow, to blossom. All right, I'm going to start with a definition. So now that you've given yourself permission to be present and to be open, I'm going to go deeper into what self-love is. I really like the definition from Positive Psychology. And I found this definition in one of their articles, and I really connected to it. So here's self-love as a definition. What is it? Self-love is a state of appreciation for oneself that grows from actions that support our physical, psychological, and spiritual growth. Mind, body, spirit. Self-love means having a high regard for your own well-being and happiness. Self-love means taking care of your own needs and not sacrificing your own well-being to please others. Self-love means not settling for less than you deserve. So when we really take apart the definition of what self-love is, it really comes down to your well-being of mind, body, spirit. It encompasses all of you and how you live your daily life. And when we don't even notice if we appreciate ourselves, or we don't have the belief that we are enough and that we deserve self-love, then we are chipping away at our well-being. We're chipping away at ourselves, our whole self, mind, body, spirit. And for me, that's really big. That is really big. And I can say that I have lived many, many years without appreciating myself, without understanding that it was a mind, body, spirit, and mindfulness shift to really, really practice the self-love and then treat myself accordingly. And that, in fact, when I started practicing self-love and truly feeling like I am enough and not putting my own self-worth based on what I thought others thought of me, the joy and happiness began pouring in. My family dynamic shifted. Yes, it does affect your relationships, and it does affect how you feel about yourself, but also it affects how you treat yourself and others. It is a very big, big, important practice. So when you hear self-love, hopefully now you have a better understanding of what it is and what it means. And then I would love it if you applied it to yourself. You know, you can easily project and see how others are treating themselves and going, wow, that makes me sad that she doesn't see how beautiful and what a cool person that she is, whoever she is, or they, whoever they are. But how do you feel about yourself? How do you see yourself and your self-worth? That is really an important piece to finding happiness, to finding that happy, true happiness inside of you, not from the outside, from the inside. I love this. According to Robert Morley, to fall in love with yourself is the first secret to happiness. Oh, let's breathe that. Okay, take a breath. I'm going to say that again. Robert Morley says, to fall in love with yourself is the first secret to happiness. I don't know how much of a secret it is if we've all heard about it. I think the key element to what he is saying is it's a secret if you don't apply it. And once you apply it, there's your aha. Oh, I see. I can truly feel happy now because I really do feel like I'm enough. I really feel it. My hunch is that you may be judging yourself, that you might be filled with guilt, and you may have lost your own loving feeling with all the stress and overwhelm with a diagnosis and a life tsunami like this. Maybe you didn't have a lot of self-love to begin with, or maybe you've never experienced it. And now we're further and further away from it, and it just doesn't feel even reachable. Like, how can I ever feel like I'm enough? How can I ever truly love myself? And that's really big. And I really notice that's when, you know, people that I coach start running, or people don't really want to talk about it. Moms don't really want to talk about it because it just feels too big and overwhelming, and they're already overwhelmed. But if you'll just take a breath and take a moment, I do want you to know that it is absolutely reachable. Trust me, if I can reach it, you can reach it. There is no doubt in my mind that if you start incorporating self-love into your daily life, that you will get to a point, and you're going to notice it, because remember the definition. It is actions taken towards self-appreciation. So when we practice it, we grow it. And it is scary and it does feel really big, but for today, we're going to take what feels maybe really big, and it feels like you're not going to be able to reach it, to very slow, small steps so that you can grow. So I do agree that loving yourself is that first secret. And I mean by that, to happiness in applying it. So let's start applying it. I want you to take this first very small step towards your self-love practice with noticing how you're treating yourself. So there's lots of ways to notice it. We're all different. You can listen to how you speak to yourself in your head. That's a way to begin. Am I speaking negatively to myself? Am I taking time out for myself? Am I appreciating myself? And if I am appreciating myself, how am I doing that? How do you know you're appreciating yourself? I would love to know that. That will really make a huge shift for you, because what you're going to do is you're going to create that awareness that you may or may not have. And if you have some awareness, your awareness is going to grow to exactly how you're treating yourself. What action are you taking to show yourself love? So it's a process. Notice how you're treating yourself. Ask yourself, am I treating myself with self-love? Do I have the appreciation? And then what is my action that shows me that I, in fact, am showing myself appreciation and self-love? Okay. Once you do that, I want you to notice that incorporating one small act of kindness each day for yourself will become something that's simple rather than big, and that it will grow. Your awareness is going to grow. Your self-love is going to grow, and self-love is meant to grow. We can keep working towards it no matter what. We are a work in progress. Be kind to yourself. Show yourself that you are enough, because the benefit not only is happiness, but it's also going to make your child, your family, your relationships feel like they are also more love, that they are also more patient, that they are also being heard. And it's a trickle-down effect. Begin with you. Begin with you. And take those 5 minutes a day, or take little chunks of minutes throughout your day for the noticing and building that awareness. Don't make it another task. Make it something that feels doable and not too big. That is self-love as well, by honoring yourself. I hope this episode gave you something to apply to your life, to improve your happiness, and to really appreciate what a superhero that you really are, because you are a superhero. and you deserve to love yourself. You deserve it. I'm going to be back in the next episode, and I'm going to continue this conversation about self-love because I would like to deepen this self-love for you. And I also want you to give yourself, keep the permission, keep the small steps growing and going. So when you join me in the next episode, you'll be ready for more. I hope this program today, this podcast, enriched your life. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe A Mother's Guide Through Autism podcast so we can spread the knowledge, hope, and inspiration out into the world to as many moms as we can reach. That's the goal, to build our community. Be well, be safe, and I'll see you in the next episode.